Good evening, YouTube. There's another video. It's short. This is my 2015 Ford Mustang GT. It is a premium model. I believe most of the Mustangs now come with track apps, which is basic apps for things like checking your 0 to 60 times, accelerometer, brake performance, stuff like that. But the GTs come with launch control, and I'm not sure, but I think the Premium EcoBoost might have line lock also. I'll have to double check that. This is just a short video just to show you how launch control is enabled on this car. There is another video out there. I'm just going to rehash the basics of it. You have to enable it. It's just not enabled by default. And then you have to select your desired RPM that you want to hold the rev limiter at. So, you know, using the up down and the up down left right and the OK button, you navigate to launch control, hit OK on the box to check it off, and that turns it on. And then you'll notice down there it now has LC next to your Sport Plus or whatever driving mode you might be in, and now it's enabled. And then you go down and you select your desired RPM up to 4,500 RPM. Mine happens to be set at 35. That might be the default. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And then the way you actually use launch control with the car is that there is a process that you have to do. Right now my car's in neutral. So basically you have to step on the clutch, put the car in first gear, and then you have to depress the brake all the way to the floor. Right, and then you let up on the brake, and then you just floor it, and then it will hold the gear, and then of course you pop the clutch and you go. But there is a caveat to this. When you're driving, you can leave it enabled, but it will reset every time the car is turned off, and then it will re-enable itself. By the looks of it, and I'm going by my assumption, is it looks like it enables itself when it detects the same situation to enable the actual launch control on the fly. Even though, like right now, it is actually on, it's not technically enabled. Like right now, if I step on it, as you can see, it's not on right now because I'm in neutral. My foot was never on the brake, etc. So I would still have to put my foot on the clutch, put it in the gear, depress the brake all the way, let off the brake, and then hold it. And that's how it keeps enabling it. But you also have to understand that when you shut the car off and then you go driving, you'll notice the LC disappears. When the LC disappears, what will happen, you'll notice when you come to a few stoplights, all of a sudden it'll pop back on. And it's basically because I believe the drive cycle is looking for that particular neutral, clutch, first gear, brake, order. So don't be surprised if you go to step on it and it's not working and you can't, especially when you first say roll up to the trees, that it's not enabled. It's because you have to put the car back in neutral, step on the clutch, put it into first gear, hold the brake all the way down, and then let off, then go ahead and floor it. It won't work any other way if you don't do that. It will figure that you're just doing normal everyday driving, and it will ignore it. And then, of course, you'll look like a putz on the strip or in front of your friends when you're trying to show off because you've blown your motor or whatever. But that's just a short clip just on that feature. It's very cool. It does work. Works very well. Almost wish you could go maybe a little higher than 4,500, but I guess that might be enough. I mean, depending on the tires that you got too. On the original Pirellis I had, 4,500 was too much. And 3,500 actually was a little too much. Right now I'm on Continental DWSs, which are ultra high performance all season, and about 28 to 32 is a little more appropriate, without prep or smoking them up a little bit or whatever. But I'm gonna get a set of drag radios for August so I can play with it a little bit more. On one of my next videos, I will do the line lock feature. I can't do that right now here in this particular parking lot because there's a state trooper barracks behind that building over there. So, all right, guys, talk to you later. Bye-bye.